Okay, I just want to do a very quick tutorial. I sort of take it as a given that certain chords lead into certain other chords. And I made a beat recently where I went from the 1 chord to the 6 chord, and I kind of just explained it very offhandedly as, oh yeah, 1 goes to the 6, maybe. But I'm going to show very quickly why 1 goes to 6, and this is maybe like a medium level music theory lesson, so if you're not getting this yet, I will have some beginner stuff coming out later. But take the key of A major. And something to know before is that chord movement happens exactly in that way, through movement. So we move from one chord to another. And when a chord goes to another chord nicely, whether you understand the movement that it takes to get to that chord or not, the reason it sounds nice is because somewhere between those 2 chords is some nice voice leading, some nice 4 or 5 to 1 relationships or something. So A major, in the key of A major, is the 1. F sharp minor is the 6. Immediately these chords are very related. You're told it's the F sharp is the relative minor, the 6 is the relative minor. That's because they share similar scales, blah 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 blah. Not important. I'm talking chord function, harmony. So first way you can get to the 6 from the 1 is by the means of the 1 augmented goes to the F sharp minor. And you can do that in any inversion. Very beautiful. Secondly, we have another relationship here, which is another kind of line cliche. You can do it short like this, which is, you can call this C sharp minor, you can call this A over its major 7th. There's the other version. We also have very close to us here, which is the it's like a 3 major or a 3 dominant 7. Beautifully to F sharp minor. So there's 3 ways. What else do we have? I mean, you can just go right to it. But when you go to it, you're kind of just skipping the in-between, which is either, it's like the interpolation. That's the part you're skipping ahead, which you can do, you can just go. It's fine. So yeah, take some time looking at how, not just knowing that 1 goes to 6, but how does 1 go to 6? What about 1 goes to 6? There's some other stuff if you want to get into the Barry Harris kind of thing. We have diminished chords that lead into chords. Basically, I'm going to do a whole lesson on this, but for every diminished chord, you have 4 destinations. And each chord, so these destinations are spelled out by another diminished chord. So by minor thirds. For this diminished chord, which is A flat diminished 7th, we can resolve it to A, we can resolve it to C, we can resolve it to E flat, we can resolve it to F sharp. So if you're wanting to go from the 1, A major, to the 6, F sharp minor, you can play a diminished chord in between, which is like this, or like this. Sounds very similar to the 3 major, because it is very similar. And if you look at the dominant of a chord, if in this case we're going to F sharp, so the dominant here is this C sharp 7. if you take this C sharp 7 and you add a flat 9 to it, that gives you the exact diminished chord we were just talking about. So, dominant chords, diminished chords, same thing. Also, this augmented chord, very closely related to this diminished chord. So, okay, just a quick tutorial. Those are some ways you can get from 1 to the 6th. Look into it, practice it, make some songs using it. You hear that all the time. You hear this all the time. You hear this all the time. So, anyways, yeah, quick little vid.